Tracy Lewis from Stuff and Things. We are here at the Thornton A. Sullivan Park and Silver Lake City Beach to play some disc golf. We're here to play some disc golf. What is this park called?
I don't know. Any luck? No, dang it.
It seems to have the name of a person, and we passed the sign, but we call it Silver Lake. So this is Silver Lake, and the golf course is actually right along it, which is lovely. And we don't have our discs with us because they're in the trailer, which is at the dealer. So we bought 4 Vibram discs. I don't know if you say Vibram or Vibram. And we played those yesterday at Bakerview Park, and it was beautiful and 80 degrees, which is a far cry from today, which is 57 and cloudy. But we're gonna play golf anyway and just not let it stop us. Have to see the little ducklings. This is right off of the tee hole. There's where we teed off right there. And there's the little ducklings. Aren't they cute? See, these are the things that you get to see when you play disc golf. Lots of nature. And there we are going to the basket. Oh, that was good until he hit the tree. All right, we're on hole 3.
Trying not to.
There we go. Hey, Tracy Lewis from Stuff and Things. Because I did such a poor job of filming our golf games the last couple of days, I thought I would do what I call a what's in the hand. I say what's in the hand instead of what's in the bag because we don't have our bags right now. And we are right now carrying in our hand 2 discs each. So when we realized that the weather was going to be nice here in the Pacific Northwest for a few days in a row, I anticipated that we would want to play some golf. And we bought 2 discs each. They're all Vibram, I guess is how you say it, the company that makes the soles of shoes. And they are getting out of the disc golf business. So what I'm showing you means we're a little late to the party, since you can no longer buy these once they're all sold out. I will have links to what we bought in an article I'll write that this video will be posted on my website. And this is the first one I'm going to talk about. It's called the Valley, and it is a fairway driver. I'm finding that I'm not strong enough to control the distance drivers very well, so I tend to play better with the fairway drivers. And the courses that we have been playing and that I knew we would play here in the Pacific Northwest area, there's 3 of them. They're all fairly short courses with really no need at all for me to have a distance driver. And with this fairway driver and my other disc, there's no reason why I can't make par. And I'm happy with that. We hadn't played for 5 months. So before that break, we had been playing off and on daily, sometimes multiple times a day while we traveled. So my husband's skill level improved some. He already has a way better skill level at this game than I did, but my skill level, it like by leaps and bounds improved by me playing once to multiple times a day. So the Valley, and something interesting to note about these discs that other discs don't have. First, you don't have molding like this. Now, also notice all that mud. That is dried mud. And on the back of the disc, that's because it had been raining pretty consistently all winter long. So it's still mushy where we played. On the back here, which is totally unique to this particular brand, I've never seen a flight path with the speed that this path, you throw it at this speed and here's the path you will get. And it has their equivalence of, it must be That's the fade at the end and the turn that you get. So, and it says it's a fairway driver. I bought a 171. I tend to like to play a little bit heavier weight. I could have bought even a 175 because I really enjoy a different fairway driver at 175. But because I had taken 5 months off, I thought I'll just get a middling, slightly heavier weight than the 160s. Okay, so the other thing that I will have to admit, when you look at these discs and you go online, you get to see the colors. And a lot of times the color that you want, I tend to play with purple and blue discs. My husband plays with like orange red discs. Sometimes I'll play with yellow too. And so, you go through the weights and you'll actually end up buying something a little bit off because you'll want to get your color that you like. So this was the color that I liked, and it actually has these cute little specks in it, which is, I think, a Vibram thing. And I played really well with this disc. It is a straight driving disc, and I like the way it feels. I will tell you that the rim, if you can see here, there's a bead, and it was really sharp. So I actually had to take 100 grit sandpaper and sand this down because it runs on my hand on the inside. I have scars from surgery, and the disc actually runs right along here. And it made, the first night we played, it made my scar sore. So I had to sand this down for playing at Silver Lake, which is what the video I'm attaching this to is for. Now, my other disc that I got, again, I picked this one over any of the others. It's a mid-range because it is also a straight driver, and on the back side it has a mold. It's a little bit different, and it doesn't have the fade or the turn. 40 mile per hour. Here's, if you guys can see that, there you go. You can see the shape of your typical shot with this mid-range. I got this in the 169. My husband is still playing right around the 169, so I didn't go too heavy, figuring that he might want to play with this again. I've got lumps of mud on here, dried mud, but I really like the look of it. I think this is called a granite design, with the pieces of, they take molding pieces and just toss them in, and what you get is what you get. So pretty cool. And I had not thrown this. It came not the first day we played. It actually came that day, and I played it for the first time at Silver Lake, and I actually did some really good approaches. Since we don't have putters, this also acted as my putter, and I really liked it. My husband tends to do really well with a disc called the Nautilus, and it is a understable disc. So it's an understable distance driver, and I think it's a 12, might even be a 13. So this one on the scale is a 14. It's called an unlace, and I can actually feel that he did not sand his off, and his is still pretty darn sharp, but he claims it doesn't bother him. So it looks in real life kind of like a cake with toppings, with sprinkles on it, which is kind of cool. And this one has, they use their own scale. It's a -12 for its turn and a +4 for the fade. It's a 169, which is the weight that he prefers the most, and the speed at which you get your -12 +4 is 44 miles an hour. Again, covered with dried mud. And he actually played this very well, and it very much goes understable. So very consistent for him, and he can get a lot of distance from it. His mid-range that I got him is called an Ibex, and it is a straight, let's see what it says, between the launch. It's the straight flying mid-range, very little fade, perfect for requiring straight flight, which is funny because the launch actually says that it is also a straight flying mid-range. But the launch over the Ibex says that it is for a beginner player. I don't think I'm probably a beginner player anymore, but I definitely have not as much strength as a lot of men might have, and it does say that it helps slower arms gain confidence. So It's really good for winds, which when we travel, we actually have a lot of places we find are very windy. So I'm always looking for good wind discs. So the Ibex has this flight path, actually looks very similar to mine. It looks like here again I'm looking for colors, and I think I had to get him the 171 in this to get the orange so that he could keep with his color scheme, of course. And he is playing with this one very well as well. So we are very happy with our Vibram discs and are sad they're going out of business. We played 3 courses over 2 days. So yesterday we played 2 courses. We played the Silver Lake course where I did a very minimal videoing because I got distracted and focused on the game. And then we went and played at Church Creek in Stanwood, and both places I had not played since before we left. So I had not played them in over a year, and my scores were way better. Like, I would be lucky on both courses to get 1 or 2 par. And I managed to get like 4 pars, I think, on both of them. And, you know, certain holes kind of were my nemesis, and I didn't have the best of luck on them, but I definitely had better control on those holes from over a year ago. So hopefully you find this all interesting in our What's in Our Hand segment, and thanks for watching.